So right here, where it says last status, right, that is the field that holds the expired. Do you understand that? So when you're looking at the listing up on the top underneath the price where it says new price change extended expired, that field is called last status. So you have to know a little bit about the fields that you're interested in, right? So you know that this is the one. So you turn around and you say it's expired. Now, if I wanted to find the ones that expire in the future, right? Which ones are the ones that are going to terminate in the future? So what is that field called where the listing will expire? Remember, when you sign it up, it's called contract date. So that's the day it started. Expiry date, right? So now, what I'm going to do here is that, as you can see right there, I actually chose right now the last status as expired, right? I'm going to do something else. If I turn around and I go to the expiry date, watch what happened. It actually added it underneath. Okay, so as you keep on choosing the fields, it keeps on adding them. So you build a case, basically, of what I want. And I'll show you how that works. This is very interesting. So I want the expiry date, I'm going to say, from today, or no, from tomorrow, right, till the end of the month. So tomorrow will be 12/22/2013, and I want it all the way to 12/31/2013. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing. If I count it now, it will say, sorry, you can't do that, right? Why? Because I actually told it that I wanted expired at that, right? So think of it that it's still active. It's not expired yet. So here, if I want to delete this line, I just say delete. It deleted that line that I chose and it left my second one, which is the expiry date, right? Now if I do a count, guess what? 206 listings will expire in the next 7 days, 8 days in this area, 9. It's very interesting. Now, what do you think? What would you do with these?
Call them.
Well, you're not allowed to.
Accidentally be on their street and knock on the door and say, oh, I was just in the area. Here's a Tim Hortons coffee.
Who knows of ways that you can actually contact expirers?
Through mail is allowed. Right?
Through mail is allowed? Okay. Let's see. Which field is the one that says contact after expired? Actually, I said the field that is contact after expiry, right? Contact after expired. If I say yes, right? And then I also say expiry date is 12/22/2013 to 12/31/2013. Now I count. Guess what? There are 3 listings that you're actually legally, you can actually contact. Okay? These guys you can contact, no questions asked. Okay? So, there are ways. If you don't target a specific expired and you make it part of a general approach to the neighborhood, you could do that. Okay? So if you are always cold calling in a neighborhood or, you know, door knocking, sorry, or cold calling, yes, you have to prove, if ever presented with a case, you know, against you, that yes, I do this and I, you know, I focus on the 100 meters around, you know, development and I call everybody, right? For whatever reason. So it has to be part of a general marketing approach and not itemize it and say, I'm going just after the expires. You can send to a variety and say, this was part of all my marketing across the board, right? Again, you're kind of in a gray area, right? But if you do focus only on one and then you contact them, guess what? The other agent relisted it and, and they come after you, right? You'd have to prove that this is part of a general approach for the neighborhood and not just itemize it, and you have to prove it. Okay? So this is here the search. The flex search also allows you now to search for a variety of things. Who would want to search the power of sales now, right? Good. So let's do the power of sales, and what we have to understand is who's selling these? Who's selling the power of sales that we're looking at? The banks? Okay. So if I were to try to find the banks, what would I be looking for in a listing?
Check banks, credit unions.
Say that again?
Seller banks,
Seller?
credit unions, CMA.
So you've done it before. So where do we know exactly? So where we know is the seller, most likely, would be a bank, is that correct? Landlord name, here it is.
Same.